You ready? What's good, y'all? I'm here. Really, I'm here. Isn't that wonderful? I think it's wonderful. That's how I feel about it. I feel alive. How about you? My name is Six Paths Dice, Mr. Lane. If you need me, welcome. You made it. You on Six Paths TV. I'm just a guy. I'm just a manly man in this unsavory world. But I'm a man with a few jobs. One of my jobs is to support you in your spiritual walk. Because you can't make good long-term decisions without good faith. I want to also help you improve your relationships to people, places, and things. We take a holistic approach around here. Six Paths TV, how y'all doing, man? Let's go ahead and get into it, man. So if you're new to the channel, man, listen. Before we get into our bag and we have our discussion and whatnot, listen, I'm hip-hop. And this is my channel. You know what I'm saying? So listen, you got to always start off with a song. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
They never had much. They never had much.
Let's take it back. I won't quit. Shout out to the time I was broken in the bitch. Being broke, making sick. Got a kill for the shit. Fresh car, fish in my chops. Bitch, want you to know. Go back and forth with these hoes. Niggas just covered in gold. I've been covered in gold. You cannot fuck with them, bro. Niggas just covered in. I don't fuck with Molly no more neither. I'm at the block party with the glow like Easter. I think I was fucking with you out of convenience these days. I've been calling my son a black Jesus to me when I was younger. Know me now and I'm older. Still getting money when the weather is colder. Shout out to over. Got this bitch coming over. What good is an army? You don't use your soldiers. Pressure ain't for the hip. This mom nigga got soldiers. Poor when it comes to talking like a rich nigga. Scared of yourself. That's why you a bitch nigga. Don't worry about the girls you seeing in my DM. What you worry about if I sing in the PM? Might be the reason that I ain't so stressed. I used to be a pleaser. I'm the one that impressed. I said dedicated. I raised mine. I won't quit. Shout out to the time I was broken in the bitch. Being broke nigga shit. Got to kill for this shit. Fresh car fishing my chips. This bitch want you to know. Go back and forth with these hoes. Niggas just covered in gold. I've been covered in gold. You cannot fuck with the bro. Yo, caffeine and THC at the Black CE with the CBD. I had boss for years like G.I.Lee. You get a Kanye beat before you get Bobby. And yo, it's about brotherhood. Roll through your brotherhood. Contract on you. Make sure your mother good. Long time, pussy cup for long time. Thinking on treating up bitch like she the queen of England. Taxing like King George without blinking. Shout out to the years now, no longer making big and broken to the disease. And I'm strong as an ox. I'll pray for my prayer. Give food to the ops. Don't die your block. Buy back the block. It's the large picture. Top, I had to get away. Don't stand the fuck up and man the fuck up. Romance and self-love. Making my exit telling the one love. Can't put it in words. I sound like Young Thug. Toxic love will make it miss me a bunch. I master art, not doing too much. I should look at Trader Joe's and be fucking it up. With my do-rag long nigga, enough is enough. Like excellence, opulence, decadence. Smoking on the lunch restraint. This shit is elegant. Dedicated, I raise mine and won't quit. I done took time I was buckled in the bitch. Being broke and sick. Gotta kill for this shit. Fresh car, fresh in my chocolates. But want you to know. Go back and forth with these hoes. Niggas just covered in gold. I been covered in gold. You cannot fuck with the bro. Niggas just covered. See you for who you are. I can see you
Patient keep cooling.
When I'm next to you. I see you. It's for all the times I put it over top. Let's get it. Blueberry soup, blueberry coupe. Swerving that bitch like blueberry soup. From the battle homes to the catacombs. I turn the key, now daddy home. Staying long enough for you call the quits. I get my rock star with a gorgeous bitch. Protect myself, I record the shit. Motherfuckers who know this. Wait, moving the money, popping and weaving the man about town. Robbing police and I'm down to make it back by the weekend. I made myself, what the fuck is we even? I'm figuring my ego, I'm bigger enough. Not my job could figure you out. I ain't ringing the shot, put wings in that bitch. Tell a friend she got flown. Not yet, yeah, I'm acting my age, nigga. And I'm acting my wage, nigga. Boss in the shit fake, nigga. That feel need love, that's rage, nigga. Never been on MTV, but I made myself into a maid, nigga. Get GFE from my maid, nigga. Been a queer with the sage, nigga. Alright, I did this shit for the baby. Some heroes don't wear cakes, they pull up in a Mercedes. I'm saying all of my niggas is covered in gold. Great of my homies be covered in gold. All of my niggas is covered in gold, covered in gold, covered in. Need my baby in feminine role. She getting her role, she getting that role. Strategy to the generals, no Chelsea boots with the cinnamon, so cinnamon crunch, you can bite me, bitch. Man, no, I'm the man who don't like the shit. If it's heart to heart, don't write me, bitch. And I ain't here to talking or inspiring shit. I see you for who you are, I can see you for who you are. When I'm near you, I see you. This for all the time, all the time. All the time I put in overtime. Let's get it. Oh yeah, showing the best behavior. That's all, yeah. Respect for me on guard. Say you don't fuck with me, you get lost there. Blueberry soup, blueberry coupe. Swerving that bitch like blueberry soup. With the driver looking like me or you. But it's gonna be me or you. That roll with dope for these niggas. I don't choke for smoking these niggas. I don't waste emotion. I'm giving you going through the motion with niggas. Yo, ghetto superstar like prize, my nigga. Manifest destiny like Nas, my nigga. Yo, winter's here and there's no doubt. Don't speak to me when it's cold out. Bank accounts get cooked out. Returns get hit, my toes out. Feeding my ego, I'm bigger, I'm out. Now my job can figure you my neck. Bringing the shampoo, brings that bitch. All the French got flown, not yet. I see you for who you are, I can see you for who you are. When I'm near you, I see you. This for all the time. You never when I step in home, step in hotels and positions. Rubies and diamonds that lit up my tomb. I'll be back soon. Yeah. Security clearance. I know it's mine. She gotta go through security clearance. Yeah, we in the field. Begging and Karen, sharing is Karen. Security clearance. SMD for the Gucci stuff. Back room trying to group some more. I ain't working hard to look broke like you. Black collar boss in the hood. I kill young dog. Get after the bad, bring it back to the family. Was better than that. Moment is now, you get caught the deal. Bad young girl, get my off and deal. We rolling out like an armadillo. I know where you live. I sing and Zilla. Boyfriend one trade place with me. Turn even burger, smack DVD. I ride people to pay Paul. Pay to the back with applause investment. Black women saying they no protection. Smart men need to watch where he invested. The vest then leaves a life so oppressive. Then when the beef they own stock, guess no answer, little bitch, I don't answer her question. Smart men need to watch where he invests more popping on my classmates. That's flunking out and coming to class late. Pushing my side, she grinning, she bread. I told my good sister, I'm waiting for marriage. Security clearance. I know it's mine. She gotta go through security clearance. Yeah, we in the field. Beggars and Karen, Sharon is Karen. 34 lost my Anderson. She broke. We say she got businesses. Bitch, we outside. Hello, you big, but there's no within bitch. Fuck it up on the fly. I saw you like Icarus. I'm on some different shit. Fuck it up. Yeah. It's Miss American. It's run it up. Get caught on my side, bitch. Cost me a tummy test 12 years later. Still watch the throne. Niggas in Paris, you can watch from home. I watch the throne. I don't watch from niggas. 7 figures with the billboard lit up. Everyone need me. I'm paying police. Beauty and brains. The profit and peace of a manic community. Smoke with the least. Old money, young money. How you compete? Treating me better when I wasn't popping. No, I'm the man. That's more your problem. Infinity blunt. Smile at the point when I do what I want. Poppy used to take the long way home. Stopping in jewels. He was putting me on. Girl treat you like you a whole bitch. You know real shit and you know all shit. This mentor said discipline your dick. I'm the big brother, nigga. Clutch your shit, put it on my mom. I'm like, yeah, with Dawn, the spum of wands, the chocolate, with college, no compromises. No compromise, they dicks and chocolate. Security clearance. North mine. She gotta go through security clearance. Yeah, we in the field. Beggars and Karen, Shannon's Karen. Security clearance. Fuck it up. Run it up. One more, y'all. Come on, man. Fuck with you, now I'm stuck with these trust issues. I got trust issues, but you know I do it wrong with you. Let me run with you, now I'm stuck with these trust issues. I got trust issues, yeah. Shout out to my Uncle John, I'm doing daily affirmations. I take these blunt walks to remember my greatness. So this era is my favorite. Don't forget who the greatest show. I'll be with the gods, and your God be playing favorites. Got the dogs for me, got the dog in me. But you see, I got the golf for me, favorites all in me. Yeah. I've been getting mine, just getting mine quietly. I ain't even know that I was battling sobriety. Go shit, I'm doing go shit, yeah. It's the blueprint, it's my young hope shit. You made less money than the bitch. As you hating on the bitch, it's the big dog. Go digging bitches win a stiff. Oh my God, I'm more focused on myself nowadays. I've been betting on myself. My name Dice, namaste. Don't call to come back. I'm throwing with the Storm Dragon success. Take shots. I caught the rolling and more flavors going up. The shit was being signed to a label. That's the same. It's waiting on niggas to come and save us. They got my tricks on the bitch. I Mace Winter, you was lying. I can talk again. I can't make you, but I fuck with you, not fuck with you. Now I'm stuck with these trust issues. I got trust issues, but you not doing wrong with you. Wrong with you, now I'm stuck with these trust issues. I got trust issues. Yeah. Shout out to my Uncle John, I'm doing daily affirmations. I take these blunt walks to remember my greatness. So this era is my favorite. Don't forget who the greatest. So I be with the gods. Your God be playing favorites. I bet the record, wrote this on my last vacation. Brick by brick, like my daddy was a mission. I like to shock myself from playing Operation. Me and these weak niggas forever adjacent to own bop, my nigga. I should have bopped, my nigga. I said shout out to Butter from the block, my nigga. Now my black superhero to my ops, my niggas with me. Gas static on the shop, my nigga. It's a green light, not a limelight. But you better get your mind right. You know what I'm like? Yeah. Deactivated my sepship. I bought me some better clothes. Escaping from rescue mode. So let them know what was old. Go shit, I'm doing go shit. What's the niggas that you close with? Who you close with? Yeah, I showed you legacy. That's that young Joe shit. Never superwoman, that's that little mo shit. Oh my God, yo, my mommy gave me wolf and my daddy gave me style. Hello, oh, that's my old friend. I ain't seen you in a while. You were hating ass bitch, and I know you let my style every day. I feel more like now, so hate me now. You niggas rapping with abandonment issues. What? I'm sat tripping and tripping with incidentals with comment. Had the truth and I'm gonna get with you niggas. It's just who thought I do the business with niggas that sound fuck with you now. Fuck with you now. I'm still trust issues. I got trust issues, but you know I'm still wrong with you now. Wrong with you now.
Never had much.
New size.
Hold on, y'all. The mic is good. Mic check. Well, I was on the wrong mic. I am definitely cutting that part out. I just rocked that shit. It might have been on the wrong mic. But anyway, you warmed up, so it don't matter. We here, baby. How y'all doing? Let's get it. How everybody doing? So listen, hey, how's it going? How you doing? Winter's here. Yeah, winter's here. Let's keep on revisiting the concept of winter and what winter is. First and foremost, my name is Six Pabs Dice, Mr. Lane, if you need me. So there's a phenomenon. Men have finally actually come together socially, because for the most part, men don't realize how unsocial they are. Like I had to tell my brother, actually, I gotta holler at him and let him know that we got to fulfill our quota of 4 to 6 times of seeing one another. Because realistically, when you live in different parts of the state or the world and whatnot, right, it becomes tougher and tougher to spend time with family unless you make time for it. People don't realize things don't happen if you don't make time for it, right? So I said to say this. So my brother, I said, let's get together a certain amount of times, because if not, we're going to lose contact and I won't know what's going on with you. You don't know what's going on with me. You know what I mean? It's not hard. So I said, that's why I look 6, right? Same thing with my dad, you know what I mean? And I made a point to make sure that, I see my father, see what I'm saying? And I want to see him more often. And I want my son to spend more time with my father, you know what I mean? And these are things you have to be intentional about. So men have never been intentional about sharing things that are important, especially as it pertains to women in relationships, especially black men, especially when it comes to the correct advice on how relationships work. Okay, I'll give you one example, right? And we'll go with it just will always help if the man has some experience before meeting the women. But a lot of times you're gonna meet people and you guys are gonna be around the same age. It's just what's gonna happen, right? Because people meet in school and people meet, and when they're younger, girls in her 20s, more than likely she's gonna be dating another guy in his 20s as well, right? So on and so forth. That's just how it goes. So with that comes young men not being so experienced. But what happens is that, well, you know what? I'm sorry. In our community, right? In the minds of black men, the provider conversation is not a bad conversation, and I don't feel as though, again, my stance is never that men shouldn't be the head of the household and be the breadwinner or anything like that. The issue is, what does he get for that? Don't worry, I'm gonna land the plane. So in these conversations, right? What's going on now is that men have actually started to converse and compare notes and say, oh, okay, so when you did the stepdad thing, it worked out bad for you too. Oh, so when you did it, it worked out bad for you too. Because you got to realize that men have a very high tolerance. Because the thing is, again, like a lot of relationships today is women spending more time and effort on manipulation rather than working on being a good person. You know what I mean? Because of the religion of basically the religion of all modern women at this point is the religion of the bad bitch. You know what I'm saying? At first I called it baddie syndrome, and now I realize it's a cult. This is a cult. This is all based around the idea that the bad bitch is to be worshipped, and we all can invoke the spirit of the bad bitch. You know what I'm saying? Which is why you see almost any kind of women who will put lashes and wig on and whatever the hell else and get a certain kind of surgery. She feel like, yo, if I get these things and purchase these things, I am the same as a gorgeous woman, even if I'm not. And the thing is, when the hell did we get to where you just don't, you're not trying to develop anything good on the inside? So you basically saying that I don't do anything selflessly. So men are talking now, right? And they're comparing notes and they're saying, okay, what is the logical response to this shit? Because the thing is, especially the older guys, and the older guys are the ones who can make the money. The men who can actually make money and have resources, those men especially are going to apply more logic to this whole thing and realize, you know what? All sex is the same. I have this many problems in a relationship, and I'm older now, I'm in my 40s, whatever it is. Yo, guys at that age, guys who are productive like that, who have like a full life, for the most part, they cool having some company. They cool having a friend here and there. You know what I'm saying? And having an occasional companion here and there, because they have a life. But women and kids don't realize that men just really love. We really love y'all. But one part of being a man is leadership, and one part, well, I bring up leadership because what men have to understand is deciding what is the best answer. What are the options, and what's going to lead us to the best outcome? Like, so for example, right, I've been having my challenges and whatnot, right? And it dawned on me the other day that, well, if I do this on pretty much every day for like 2 weeks out the month and whatnot, I should definitely be able to start seeing better orders. And also, when I started applying a better strategy to doing Instacart, that's when I was able to make more money. I said, you know what? And I kept thinking, there has to be a way that I could pull out $500 a week, twice a month. You know what I'm saying? And it has to be a way that I could average $1,500, because I'm like, damn, from time to time, I see orders for $30, $40. You know what I'm saying? So if it's doable, I'm going to do it, right? And then also Stop and Shop has this shit where they like do like these bag orders where it's already prepared. So it could be a big ass order, but if it's already done, you just put it in your car. Those orders can be fast. You can do them orders in like a half hour or so. Because most orders with Instacart, even if it's small, it's gonna take about an hour to do the entire thing and come back. I go to a particular store because it's just easier to maneuver and whatnot. But the point I'm getting to is I'm a highly trained professional. So like doing something like Instacart was one of the most important experiences of my life because it represented that how far back I can take it in terms of building myself back up and be able to take this experience and transfer these skills. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna teach myself how to basically fight through my ego, right? And I'm mentioning these things because I need to be able to look at my life as an equation at times to say, okay, if this plus this is going to equal this. And look at what my options are and what's going to be the best long term. And for the most part, I haven't been wrong yet. But a part of leadership is knowing what needs to be done. And what the men are realizing that needs to be done is, we gotta fall back. Because a lot of us feel like, there's no point in taking L's. Women also don't realize that men come into dating with the expectation or come into just talking to women with the expectation of being comfortable taking the L. Like today, I was in the joint, right? It's this dude I be seeing. He seems like he got a heart of gold. He don't sound like he a bad guy at all. But you know that he off his rocker. He's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Not gonna lie. All right, this nigga be having on chocolatas. I feel like he got some great talents hidden in him. That's how interesting he looks. Not too crazy, you know what I'm saying? But you just know things are off, and he traveled with like a lot of files. And hope he's okay. He's probably he's getting benefits. So shout out to him, y'all. This is the manly shit I've ever seen. This is the same dude I'm describing, right? He really was trying to talk to this girl over there in the Stop and Shop. I was like, listen, if he would have had his feet covered, had his toes covered, he might have got that. You understand? But I mentioned that for two reasons. For one, I mentioned it because, he looked like he might not have nowhere to stay at. You know what I'm saying? So that he knows that this is this is a shot in the dark. More than likely most women are going to say no to him. Or you know what? Who knows? Maybe this is a second life he live in, and he's on his way to like have another point of enlightenment, and he's going to start a church or something like that, or maybe a cult. Who knows? You know what I mean? But he knows that he has no shot at getting this girl, even though she wasn't all that, nothing like that. But she knew something was wrong with him, right? But I talk about that because it's like, no matter what's going on with the man, right? Well, no. I won't say that. I bring him up because I said that men come into dealing with women, even in relationships, with the expectation of taking an L, and just take. And men also will just take L's in a relationship. It's just that men, we've been gaslit through pop culture to think that you have an issue with commitment, you have an issue with being married, you have an issue with honoring women. You're abused. Basically, that because it puts you in a position where you're always proving yourself. That's one thing about Black people in general, is that and Black people put Black men in a position where he's always proving himself. And I remember telling my dad the other day about how I grew to see myself, and then when my situation changed, how my self-esteem changed a lot. You know what I mean? And how when I felt like I was losing these things, right? And luckily, I had a lot of support, but I arrived at, a different level of enlightenment. I started watching the Angry Man content, and which I found him at the perfect time because it gave me a more well-rounded idea of how I should look at life. And I realized I got one life to live. That's a quote from the Angry Man. I got one life to live, and I'm going to live it for me first. Every time, you know what I'm saying? And I had to think about the things I wanted to do was based off of me wanting to give myself. Even in my last relationship, I had to realize you come with a plus two. That's not, and also they have their own mind, their own problems, their own issues, and also their side of family and whatnot. That's not, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't even if it, no, that's a huge commitment. Right. On top of that, with me being the man in the space, all right, I have to control all of this and manage all of that. And now that I'm not in a situation anymore, I'm like, yo, you tricked yourself out your own spot. Because for men, when you leave a good man, all you doing is allowing a woman that looks better than you, that's younger than you, but probably more than likely that look better than you to come and basically take your spot. And the thing is, as men get older, especially if he a productive man, he probably gonna be making more, right? So if the guy is making more, right, the new girl gets more benefits. She gets his experience. He knows more. He's more confident and whatnot. And you basically are just walking away from your investment, you know. So I know I'm being a little bit long-winded and whatnot, but what we're talking about is, again, men exiting the dating market and why they have exited, right? So before we get to this next clip about why men are coming to singles events, let's go ahead and just revisit this video about princess treatment, okay? And just, you know, let's just look at this again and look at, so you gotta realize women are just obviously more this is more likely, you know what I mean, to be influenced by social media. I think we all are, right? But you know, princess treatment is offshoot or is related to the religion of the bad bitch. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the main religion that modern women are following at this point, is the religion of the baddie. You know what I'm saying? The cult of the baddie, where, you know, where nothing matters except I guess the transaction. It doesn't matter you know, how much time we have together. Or doesn't matter if it doesn't matter if I let you down. And that's one of the illest things. That's one of the most important things about a relationship. A long-lasting relationship is being around someone who doesn't want to let you down. You know what I'm saying? And I always think about how the times I've been actually disappointing people was when I was like, damn, like you was just like so willing to just say fucking just let me down, just leave me hanging, huh? It's just, you know, after 6 pass, whenever you experience that, right? It's one thing if someone has a legit reason for why they can't do something or why they got a bail or whatever it is and whatnot, and they explain it to you. But when someone seems as though it does not bother them to let you down, that's not a positive thing. That is another attack. You got to realize you will not live, because I talk about this because you got to learn how to manage your stress, especially for the men out there. You got to learn how to manage your stress. Men are realizing how much more stress they take on in these relationships, and also they seeing that y'all being influenced by shit like this. You know what I'm saying? So let me go ahead and we're gonna jump around. We're gonna jump around a little bit. Let me see what this landed at.
It is so funny
for your number. He's going to
that all men are going to be obsessed to a point where joking. I'm not.
How many guys are living it daily and you're not?
One dude that's coming up, he phony as hell. We just
True. You're telling me you're living your life.
To the other guy, what he is trying to do is he's trying to Casanova his way into some coochie. And we gonna get deep into that because I know the one dude that's coming up, he phony as hell. We just gonna get straight to him. We're not even doing a full 2 minutes here.
You're not receiving princess treatment. Goddess, is this true? You're telling me you're living your life, going out there, living it daily, and you're not receiving princess treatment? This has to change right the fuck now. He's going to be obsessed with you. He's going to be so freaking obsessed with you. And here's the thing. It's not just going to be him. It's going to be every guy on this planet. No more of this bad dates. No more of you having to pay. No more splitting the bill. No more of not receiving flowers, gifts, love, money. That's changing right the fuck now. What I want you to do when you're going to sleep tonight, I want you to envision the future you, the goddess version of yourself. Who is this girl? Who is this goddess? Who is this princess? Who the fuck is she? How many guys are worshiping her? 10? 100? 1,000? 10,000, the world is yours, baby. You just have to start seeing it that way. You have to change the way that you perceive about yourself. It all starts with you. If you don't believe you're a goddess, no one else will.
I'm not gonna lie. I came in ready to do some simp talk, but by the end, and this is not me trying to be funny. I'm not joking. I'm not even trying to be condescending. I think there is a chance, like a 30%, a 70% chance of gayness, in the southwestern region, like the forecast, like it's a 70% chance of rain, it's a 70% chance of gay. If he is heterosexual, this dude and the first dude, not the dude who was flashing the money and stuff like that, I just cannot fathom how you get to a point where you begin to play a character. And like, it's one thing to lie a little bit. A lot of dudes lie, right? A lot of dudes lie. But when you playing a whole character, for some coochie, I can't fathom how you get to that point to where you play it with so much conviction.
All right, so we're gonna stop that. Matter of fact, hold on. Let's also just play, because I want to comment on a few things.
More self-centered.
One, if he doesn't come after you, he doesn't want you. Stop the excuses.
You deserve to be pursued. I've said it before, I'll say it again, and I'll say it for the rest of my life. You only want to be romantically involved with men that really, really, really like you. And a man that really, really, really likes you is going to pursue you. He's going to ask you for your number. He's going to approach you. He's going to drive however long it takes to go see you. I wholeheartedly believe a relationship will not work unless the man loves you more.
Now, this joint is 4 minutes, so we're going to have multiple stops on this one.
So I'm actually going to stop right there because it kind of got my point across there. So these kind of videos have a huge impact on social media. So the thing is, when men talk about dating and the problems with dating, we're having two different conversations than the women. The women, for the most part, trying to gaslight men into keeping things the way they were, right? Where the men didn't question, basically, what kind of deal am I getting with you, or am I getting a good return on my investment, and not just blindly going into this, which really is a contract, right? Because again, the marriage rate is going down. Less men once we get married, because also men are looking at women's attitudes towards divorce in terms of how willing you are to get divorced, and on top of that, how you look at these stories in the news revolving around divorce, right? I saw people, when people were talking about the Tiana Taylor and Iman Shumpert situation and whatnot, a woman wrote in the comment section under one of these posts about it that it's crazy that these men are upset about this, even though they'll never get this kind of money. That's not the point at all. And it's like, and it really shows how much we can't have a conversation between the men and the women, black men and black women, about this and it be productive, because it's never going to be productive. I'm gonna do a breakdown on a channel of a video that Angry Man did on where basically he was talking about the role that black women have played in these conversations about relationships, where basically the brothers could be having a conversation that's productive and is going somewhere, right? And she comes in to basically undermine that, and then people start arguing and chaos ensues and whatnot. You know what I mean? And how can I say? Men are starting to kind of see, in the long run, is it going to be worth it? Now, Angry Man's brought up this point of people misconstruing the "what do you bring to the table" conversation, and they keep thinking that it's a literal table, and it's not about that. It's about the social contract between men and women. This was a concept created by IBS Igmore. I'm sorry, but you know what I'm talking about. Shout out to the brother. I'm sorry, I'm saying your name wrong. I'm sorry, I hate to say it, man. I don't know, I think IBS or GBS. I'm sorry, but you know what I'm talking about, right? And the social contract is about the fact that men are still expected to be in a man's place and do things that men do, whereas for the women, that is no longer, it just doesn't exist. It's offensive to really ask women to do anything, to expect anything. Most black men, for the most part, have not been African American men or men raised in the West have not been in relationships, especially black men, with a woman whom they feel like they really respects them and thinks the world of them. Because for the most part, black men's experiences in relationships is that this woman thinks that it's her job to punish you from time to time, or it's her job to give you the whole gamut. She thinks she's supposed to. She thinks that y'all should experience every emotion, including negative emotions. Men don't catch on to the shit because you're applying logic somewhere that doesn't belong. Women are not logical. She's not doing it for a logical reason. She's doing it because she can't control herself. That's why men will find themselves in the conversation be thinking, why are you bringing this up? It seemed like I think this has crossed all men's minds where you said, are you getting yourself angry? I think you're making yourself mad. Do you realize you're making yourself mad? Like, they'll bring up some shit that's going to make them upset, or you hear them getting way more negative than they normally would, and you're like, yo, what's going on here? You know what I mean? And because you had to realize again, like, that's stimulating. Women need more stimulation. It's like when you were younger, right? You needed more stimulation. You would get up more, you move more, you wanted to do more and whatnot. Some people don't do as much. I mean, I'm still getting stimulated. Pause. But anywho, so videos like this have a profound, like, just effect on how people look at relationships. And also, we go back to just the language used in both videos, right? So you had the guy using words like goddess, right? So what he basically was doing, and the dumper made a really good point about this character, right? And gotta realize women watch a lot of reality TV, a lot of movies and television and whatnot, and they get to where they think their life is like that, which is understandable. Because I think growing up, our imagination runs away and whatnot. We all have like scenarios and fantasies or whatever, type ideas in your head or stories you come up with, right? When you're younger, right? But when you get older, you realize, okay, this is all separate. Things don't work out that way. But at some point, you gotta, as generations go on, is more and more time that people spend in front of screens or in front of a TV. People have watched more and more TV over the decades to the point where all we do is consume media all day long. So like, there is programming in that shit. There was always a limit to it because we couldn't carry around media all day long. You had long breaks where you didn't hear music, or you didn't see a TV, or you didn't see a screen because you had to go to work, you had to drive to work, you had to go on the bus. Well, how would you see a TV on the way to the bus? Now you pull your phone out, right? So that creates a disconnect and everything, right? And on top of that, again, you get women being influenced by people who are telling them you don't have to actually do any work. You hear, like, again, using language like goddess, and to a certain degree, it's very appropriate because the modern women also feel as though, especially in the African American community, that that she should be worshipped. So someone who should be worshipped don't gotta do no work, don't gotta do nothing. And for the most part, listen, this has been going over as good as it can go over for a long time. And for the most part, black men have set the bar extremely low for the women. One thing that, I learned many things from my last relationship, but I learned how much a woman could do. And I have to give her that. She had a high work ethic. She was always moving, and she was always like doing and helping, right? And she did a lot of selfless things for me and a lot of really nice things for me and things that helped me, I'm saying, and I have to always remember that so that I won't have such a jaded idea or memory of our time together and whatnot, because I did benefit, right? But before that, I didn't know a woman could do all that and not have an attitude about it, or not be angry about it, or not feel as though, not be resentful of you about it. You know what I'm saying? And for a lot of black men, the list could stop at don't be mean, frequent BJs, and just some home cooked food. These are three things that are easy, but you got to realize that when you set the bar low, like especially for the people that you lead and manage, they're going to perform to that bar. All right, it's just like with your kids, like whatever you accept from them, that's the level that they're going to perform to. People rarely go above and beyond. They rarely do it. They should do it, but they rarely do it. Everything is about the mindset. So modern women have really bought into a loser mindset when it comes to dating, because you have taught yourself into thinking that I don't have to try. Everything I'm going to buy into is going to be based off of it. It's just going to happen, right? And on top of that, he's going to just like me for just me breathing. All right, because again, you like when we saw with old girls when she said, the only way it can work out is if he loves you more. What she's talking about is the predatory, because this is predatory dating. Okay, there's certain elements that have to be present in a relationship for it to work, right? And it has to come from the man. Certain things have to come from the man for it to be. So, for example, if the man doesn't want to be in a relationship, there is no relationship. You are not a girlfriend. You don't become a wife unless he says that. You know what I'm saying? You can't say, hey, we're getting married. He has to tell you that you guys are getting married. You can't say, hey, we're in a relationship. He has to say whether or not you're in a relationship. So what? And men, listen, it's hard to deal with because women will stop loving you overnight. But love and affection, the burden of that is on her. Because let's see if you see a couple out, right? If you see a woman that's extremely affectionate with her man and she's hugging him, she's getting close to him and stuff like that. She's initiating contact and stuff like that over and over again and everything. And even if he's a little stoic about it, even if he doesn't see them saying he seems a little bit cold and whatnot, you will look at it as, oh, well, they must be in a good relationship because look at how much she loves him. If you saw the inverse of a man, with his woman, right, and he's trying to hug her, get close to her and stuff like that, and she's just like, we're just, just kind of being cool. She's not really smiling and stuff like that. You would think, he must be a loser. That guy sucks. That guy, he's a vanilla yogurt. How many of y'all out there is eating vanilla yogurt? Especially like vanilla Greek yogurt. And how many of y'all is eating that Siggy, that nasty Siggy yogurt? That shit that tastes like the old days. I do not enjoy it. So let's go ahead and go to this video, man. I'm over here cooking a little bit. I'm cooking on the humble son. Hold on. All right, let's go to yeah, here. So here go the clip. So shout out to Crimson Cure. She was talking about this earlier, and she shared this. So she was basically commenting on why the men aren't coming to these singles events. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this clip. Fair you
thing where they were like, hey, it's on sale. Always gets to speed dating.
So I wanted to share this video with you guys, and then we're gonna have a quick talk about it. Here we go.
They're not signing up. They would be selling tickets to speed dating, and they would always end up with men's tickets on sale. Always, because they weren't buying any. Just the other day, a big account that I follow for Black creatives did like this Cupid thing where they were like, hey, send us a profile about yourself and we would love to post it and like play matchmaker. Sounds like a cute idea, right? Not one single man sent their profile in. And mind you, this is an account that has well over 100,000 followers. It's just time to stop. It's time to stop. They have made it very loud. I saw so many Black women try to solve a problem in dating by starting to host events in person, trying to create third spaces to facilitate dating like offline. And you know what would happen every single time? The men were not signing up. They would be selling tickets to speed dating, and they would always end up with men's tickets on sale. Always, because they weren't buying any. Just the other day, a big account that I follow for Black creatives did like this Cupid thing where they were like, hey, send us a profile about yourself and we would love to post it and like play matchmaker. Sounds like a cute idea, right? Not one single man sent their profile in. And mind you, this is an account that has well over 100,000 followers. It's just time to stop. It's time to stop. They have made it very loud. I saw so many Black women.
Okay, so you heard what she had to say real quick. But this is what the dating looks like. These singles events have been pancake fests for quite some time. Very few sausages are showing up with these pancakes. And they're starting to notice that the sausages don't want to come over there. And well, they shouldn't, because how long did you say? You didn't need men. You didn't want them. You had all of these different expectations. And I'm not talking about this lady in particular because I don't know what her mindset is. But if you're talking about a group with more than 100,000 followers makes an event for dating, and a singles event and a dating event, and there might be a handful of men to come where it might be 60, 70, 80, 100 women, that's really unheard of. I want y'all to like soak that in. When I was coming up, men flocked to wherever the women were. Wherever the women were, that's where the men was trying to be. They was trying to be there. Like, it was cool to hang out with the guys, but it was like, man, ain't no shorties coming through. Like, ain't no chicks, ain't no, like, where the girls at? The men are gonna start at, well, where the women at? Like, y'all hard legs all right for a minute, but it's too many of us. Too many sausages, no pancakes. Where the pancakes at? Because listen, we not trying to just try to sit around a whole bunch of men all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, where are the chicks? That you couldn't have a party without the women. Men wasn't trying to go to no party unless they could confirm.
So I'm going to stop her right there, but she's making a really good point. And what we're seeing is the shift. And she was making a good point and whatnot, but I wanted to expand on more on why men are not buying into this. First and foremost, we gotta just acknowledge that. Hold on, man, I ain't putting no sound effects. What am I doing? Like, I've been cooking too hard. Come on, man.
I snap my fingers. You forget that you ever gay.
I was never gay.
Exactly.
Wait, no, stop.
Yes.
No, stop. You can't. I was never gay.
Okay.
No, I was never gay.
Sure.
You can't just state something and snap your fingers and then be like, I was never gay.
They don't know what's going on. They never had my back. He told me how much he wants to protect you. They never had my
back. Anyway, so I gotta put some sound effects, man. Anyway, so I want to speak more on why. So for one, what you're seeing play out is the logic of men. Men are talking now, and men are starting to say, the exact same thing happened to me. And men are starting to say, well, we're going to have to employ a new strategy, right? And again, like I keep telling y'all, dating as it was before, for one, dating has never gone on the high rate. That's never been a thing. It's just that social media, and you buying into the characters that because these are all characters that they watch on social media. You know what I'm saying? Because you really can't be on social media without being a character. So these are all characters that they buy into. Even the woman who was sharing a story, she looked like a girl who keep telling these stories online. She might be a character. We don't know. Hold on, man.
They don't know what's going on. They never had my back. He told me how much he wants to protect you.
They never had my back.
All these characters that y'all follow online, and these are not real people, and these are not real lives. On a regular, people do not go out every day to eat. People don't just have this life where I don't even question where do these people get this money? Because most of these people who are famous and whatnot, I don't understand what they do for money. I don't get it. I don't get it. What do you do for money? It was you. You did it. Hold on. You know what?
They don't know what's going on.
They never had my back.
He told me how much he wants to protect you.
They never had my back.
Never had my back. Never had my back, son. Anyway, so anyway, men are applying more logic. They're saying, you know what? I mean, much cheaper. You feel me? But also, anyway, going back to the dating thing, right? Like I said before, that never was going on like that. People that was first of all, if you went out to eat on a regular basis, that's what's up. Most couples don't go out all the time. They go out to eat from time to time. Or that's what people did. Maybe especially if you got a family and whatnot. I go out from time to time. Y'all don't got to go on dates all the time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you should. It's good to go on dates and stuff like that. But feeling like someone you never met before, and this again, it's pretentious. Okay, like this was like the way that women talk about dating and whatnot, yo. It's the same as a guy you saw first time talking and whatnot, and he's telling you how he enjoys getting to BJ. And telling you about his kinks and stuff like that, and being very like just this very this cavalier about it. You know what I mean? Like look you in the eye and everything, and getting close and rubbing his elbow and whatnot. And he used to like it'd be like this, and it's like you know what I mean, like stuff like that. You be like, we like the nerve. Is he telling me? Is he telling me his kinks? That's how y'all sound. All right, and anyway, so. I'm gonna expand a little more on why guys aren't coming to these events. And shout out to AC, a kind of a commentary. He's done these mixer videos where women, you know, just come online and just tell everything. They just tell everything, you know. And it's like they tell these stories where you can hear them losing in the story, but they won't admit it's part of the narrative that they took a L. They just tell the story. And I'm like, yo, I know that you didn't. That don't sound like it went too well for you. I know it didn't go too well for you. I want you to tell me that it didn't go well. So, but they'll do that, and they'll talk about the success rate of this mixer, and most of the times they lie. Like there was one girl talking about how she went to a mixer and the guys that was there, I think they were in a different room, and somehow some group of girls was picked to go upstairs to go on the speed date with these guys and whatnot. And one girl came downstairs. She asked the girl, basically what happened, and she said, "Oh yeah, I went up there and everything, but I didn't want to talk to any of them because they were all like 5'8" and 5'9", and only dead guys over 6 feet." And the girl who was telling the story says, you know, and I'm actually the same. You know, I don't speak to men under 6 feet. Men hear dumb shit like that all day long. When you start describing someone, because the thing is that when it comes to men, right, things have to always be empirical and factual and numbers based. How much money you make, how tall you, how big, how this, how that. A lot of hows that go on when you a man. People want to get how big you are, how much you make, how tall are you, how long you've been doing this, how many times this happened, how many times. Everything is a how. When it comes to men, right? And you got to realize that when y'all put these numbers on things, these women have never had the balls to put a salary range on their man like it's Indeed.com or like it's a price tag. That's crazy. You are calling out a specific number for that has never happened. And you know what it is, and it was crazy is previous generations of women were able to make it happen. You know why? Because they had the long-term thinking and patience, and also it's the instant gratification. The other video that I showed you with the girl wearing pink and whatnot, and she's no, and they talk. She's going into the logic of the if he wanted to, he would. Basically, that if he wants this to happen, he'll make all the moves. He's going to be the aggressor, and because the reason why women like to buy into that is because it gives them more of a higher guarantee of commitment. If the guy's on her more than she's on him and whatnot, she's less committed. She has less skin in the game. So if she wants to get away from him and whatnot, she want to break up with him. She break up. In her mind, the value on it was already low. But that's unhealthy for the woman. That's like telling a man you always want to get with a woman who's less attractive than you, and because you don't got to worry about competing for it, or you don't got to worry about some guy trying to take it from you because she's ugly. How motivated are you going to be to do well in life if you don't want to get an attractive woman? Like getting an attractive woman, like it can be a great motivator. It shouldn't be the only motivation, but that does help men. The prospect of getting the woman you want. Based, you know what I'm saying, after you slay all the dragons and conquer the world in sorts. You know what I mean? So
they don't know what's going on.
They never had my.
So yeah, man. All right, man. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back, man. All right, we back, man. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and expand a little bit more on this topic of why men are, kind of pulling back from dating, and why men are, and where black men are mentally when it comes to this whole thing, right? So I'm gonna share this real quick before I get into this Drake thing and Drake and Kanye thing, right? So so this is, I guess, a viral post on Twitter. It says, "Black men, please, I beg you, be a mentor. These boys out here are hurting. They need you." And a guy who named himself Father, that's fly. That's hard. Hold on, so let me make sure I give him the air horn. Oh no, okay, no air horn.
Come and get me, baby.
Hold on.
Little ninja. I see you, little crusty ninja. I see you, little crusty ninja.
And so my man says, why we gotta be stepfathers and mentors to other people's bastards? My plate already full. Stop having babies with terrible men, since it's y'all bodies and y'all choices. Y'all could have prevented all this. Then somebody writes, "Nigga, you were the bastard," and which is crazy. And so he says, "Shout out and RIP to my stepdad. I didn't know how to do half the shit I know how to do as a man, or take the initiative to do without him." And so I'm sorry. So somebody responds, "You were the bastard," but that doesn't stop his point. So somebody writes, "These men are not men's men. Y'all will literally watch each other struggle," right? And I'm not gonna keep reading, but I want to speak to this. Is also another layer of why men are not interested in dating, especially when it comes to women over 30 and women that's past their late 20s and whatnot. I'm not saying that they trying to date women who are just way younger than that, but I'm just saying in terms of understanding, well, that's if you're in your 40s and whatnot, the range of women you're going to date is between probably 30 and 40, or maybe a little bit older, depending on what your challenges are. You know what I mean? Because what?
Someone needs a place to stay for the holidays. Hey, if you need an oil change, come holler.
He's not talking about the car. I think he's talking about the big girl. You know what I'm saying? When girls get bigger, we start getting, niggas be referring to girls as cars. Little red Corvette. Little red Corvette. I'm a showman. Fuck it. But anyway, the reason why I read that comment, because I wanted to point out again, men, you have to understand how differently you think from women. And it's not only a negative thing. It will make you a more effective leader, just like with your kids. You got to understand how your kids think in order to lead them effectively, in order to support them effectively, and know what to say, know what to bring up, know what to talk to them about. You know what I mean? So that you're making the most out of your time. And also being patient, long-term thinking, right? But I point this out because I want to point out women's problem solving and men's problem solving. Most women's problem solving, if you're listening, is mostly trying to want to be an adult, present yourself as an adult, but at the same time, make it seem as though or talk as if it's someone else's responsibility to get you together, or someone else's responsibility to take care of you. Other men who did not make that child with you are not obligated to take care of them. Because again, when men get with women who got kids, it's different because he's doing the role of a father. If he lived with y'all, he's doing the role of a father without getting the benefits. This is not his family, it's not his project. They don't come from him. And more than likely, 9 times out of 10, especially in the black community, because again, there's a hierarchy. Old black women at the top, under them is black women, and under them is kids, and under them is the men. In terms of who's important, in terms of who we care about. All right. And them side, the pookie is above the men. Like the pookie ass niggas is above the men. You know what I mean? I.e. the coming home party when you've been locked up. You know, but when a nigga get his HVAC license and whatnot, you know what I mean? A nigga just get, a firm handshake. You know what I mean? Low eye contact. These jokes do anything for y'all? Drop a comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. I'll be waiting.
That's my shit. Play that. Look at me.
I am the fucking clock. I've been doing this shit a long time. I posted this video.
You understand?
Y'all niggas see what they doing out the way? Nigga, I got an army out here. Come on, son.
Army out here.
Come on. Come on, son. Throw that fucking button. Come downstairs and throw that button.
Yo, anyway, so like I said before, that is women's problem solving when it comes to this whole thing. Is that, well, I'll just get a man to do it. You know what I mean? Kevin Samuels made a brilliant point, and it was really important because he was able to explain this in a way that you can repeat it and be able to explain it. Because you got to realize the women going to have to decide as a collective that you're going to have to sacrifice and really work on being good people. Because good people get good outcomes. One of the reasons why my life is going how it's going, and my life has changed in so many different ways, is because I work on being a better person and minimizing to the best of my ability doing things I shouldn't be doing, and doing more and more rights. The more we do things right, the better things go. And I think that black women have not made the connection between being a good person, meaning I do this thing because it is a good thing, and that's the only reason I need to do it. Holding the door, good morning with the eye contact, a hug here and there, a handshake. How are you doing? Sitting patiently and letting someone speak to you and express themselves, and enjoying someone else expressing themselves to you. Okay, being there for supporting other people. Okay, stuff like that. And I'm not saying people, black folks don't do this at all. But again, in terms of when it comes to dating, if the most important thing to you is how tall this nigga is, when he's taller than you, is what? But it's not really about that. It's also about the fact that women don't really want to be in relationships. Gotta ask yourself, especially if you was one of those kids like me that grew up as a teenager, spending a lot of time by myself. Luckily, I wasn't a wild kid, so I never really got into no shit or nothing like that. But my dad worked a lot. So I was by myself a lot, you know what I'm saying, in that house. I was by myself. My dad used to spend the night out all the time, you know what I'm saying? And I was by myself all the time, right? But but it would get to where, like, when he was around, I kind of didn't like it as much because I had to be under his structure and under his leadership. You know what I mean? And it was certain things I couldn't do because my dad was around. As you get older, right, you learn how to live with rules more because they're not a bad thing. When we get younger, right, because you're more impulsive, you have less control over yourself. So rules make you feel tight and seized up. Pause. We gotta go with tight. I'm sorry. My bad.
Little ninja. I see you, little crusty ninja.
With bullshit. I thought it was a bullshit performance.
Do you see the light bill? I see it. You can't be just. You think I have somebody I love in the bricks?
All right, man. So shit crazy out here. Yeah, I think we're gonna stop that right there for right now. So I want to cook on this before I take it down, man. So shout out to Kanye. So hopefully they won't take this drawing down, but he made a really important comment. I think that should be highlighted. And I wanted to expand on it real quick. And I'm gonna share this right here. Hopefully I don't get the copyright infringement thing again. So I'm going to share the screen. I'm going to read what it says. I'm going to take him off the screen and we're going to just play what he's saying. Kanye West says that Drake is 1,000,000 times better than Kendrick Lamar, right? And I'm going to play the audio. Let me go ahead and minimize. I'm going to play that here. And yeah. So he's speaking to the past history. I ain't gonna lie, Kanye and Drake's history is really weird. It's I don't really get it. It's like mad conspiracies around their relationship, but the what it's really about is the competition. And a lot of people don't realize what goes on between people who are competing, right? So one thing that goes on, that's why I learned being around other rappers. So me personally, I think I'm fucking incredible. I know I'm too old. I'm too old to not think I'm fucking amazing. So I don't get insecure, or I don't have a problem celebrating other artists, other rappers and stuff like that. And I don't look at what they're doing wrong. I look at what they're doing right, and I comment on that. You know what I'm saying? And for the most part, I support them, right? Whereas I realize that because I'm because of my level, people treat me how they treat goats, which is to always critique the goat, to always be cruel, to be how can we say critical of the goat, or a nigga you perceive to be a goat. I had to understand that. That's how we look at all people who are amazing and exceptional as, nah, you don't get to be normal. Oh, nah, you could have done that better. Or like, or I take umbrage. Shit like that. You understand? So anyway, so it was a point where Drake and Kanye was supposed to do an album together and stuff like that. But what happened, I think what it was with Kanye and Drake is that Kanye was that outlier. He was the one that was experimenting. He was the one that, and he still is great at doing that. But one thing about Kanye is that Kanye has always been someone who's needed a lot of writers. You know what I'm saying? Had a lot of writers, a lot of people being instrumental. Whereas like Drake is someone who may use writers and work with people, but Drake for the most part is the person who you call to bring you a hit. Like he's not someone who absolutely needs other people to make great records. You know what I'm saying? Like Drake can perform about 3-4 hours of hits. You understand? If that man wanted to, he could perform for about 4 hours. It's all gonna be songs that is songs that are charted and done really well, right? But anywho, and also when he says it's like family that you don't fuck with, right? When he says that, what he's speaking to, I think this is really important, is the imperfection of life and letting things play out the way it needs to play out. Or understanding that your relationship with this person does not have to be perfect in order to have a relationship, or in order for it to be good. That was one thing I felt like in my last relationship, that I felt like, me and her kids, my mom thinking, all right, well, we're going to be together. So we got plenty of time. I wasn't rushing anything. And also I was running at the time. Now I realized I was being gaslit, But at the time, I thought about when she was having an episode and shit, and basically she was trying to use that as a way to start a fight. But of course, in hindsight, I realized how ridiculous it was for her to say that, because at the time I'm running a business and I have several responsibilities, from being a father to doing things in my religious organization I'm a part of, that with the SGI, as well as, my own hobbies and battle rapping and stuff like that. And I'm trying to do content. Like, I'm extremely busy. It wasn't like, it was like any time for that. But anywho, I'm not sure. I figured out I brought that up. But oh yeah. In terms of understanding that where something starts at, it's not about where things start. Sometimes it's about where they wind up. And again, we seen, I don't know, it always bothers me that people don't understand the importance of long-term thinking and your ability to understand, all right, well, yeah, we could be here right now, but but things could change and things can always get better. Gotta always make room for the possibility that things can get better and will get better. And like we say in Buddhism, winter always turns to spring. You understand? But anywho, I'm breaking this up because they gave me copyright claims on this because of this interview. So let's see. So I wanted to play that part. I wanted to expand on that real quick, and I wanted to expand on the comment he made about and what he means by that, right? So what I gotta understand is that genres die if there's no crossover star who has cross-cultural fame or international fame, and can basically, especially with music, right? If there's no one creating those hits, then that genre dies out. If there was someone still putting out hits that in punk rock, then punk rock would still be a thing. Or metal. Well, I think metal's a thing. I'm just saying, like, or jazz. I always say jazz is always a good example. Like, yo, you don't know, and people still make jazz albums and whatnot, but you don't know any famous jazz artists. Me personally, I don't know what the fuck jazz is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what jazz is.
They don't know what's going on.
They never had my back.
He told me how much he wants to protect you.
They never had my back.
What is jazz? I'll wait. I'm always waiting. Tell me what jazz is. But anyway, whatever. Well, jazz hands. So without someone who can push it forward, it dies. And Drake kept hip hop going for the last 15 years because it was dead back then. That's why he was so important at that point, because he was breathing new life into the shit, because he was basically giving, like, Drake was basically like Naruto. His story is more like Naruto, you know what I mean? And he's like Naruto in the fourth Ninja War, where him and the Nine-Tails finally bonded in a way where he was lending Naruto his chakra, basically his energy, his power, and whatnot. And this is a war going on, and Naruto was able to create clones of himself and then basically give a bit of his power and his chakra to all of basically the armies and whatnot who were fighting these monsters and everything, right? And that's what Drake was able to do. You know what I'm saying? Like he like let's say the game is dying and whatnot. You watch Naruto, you know what I'm talking about. In the fourth Great Ninja War, the war is basically between, like, basically all of the ninja nations have to align to fight this one enemy who's trying to basically destroy the world and put the world into a coma and whatnot, right? And without Naruto there, like that whole thing plays out totally different. And that's what Drake was. Drake was the game changer. He is the reason why you hear a lot of people. I know a lot of people out, like from The Weeknd, ASAP Rocky, Kendrick Lamar. I started listening to Kendrick Lamar because of his feature on the Drake album. That made me more interested. I like this. This is dope. Okay, this is really cool, right? And in Section 80, which I think is his best project, Section 80 and Damn, mostly because those tracks moved. They were the pinnacle of what he does, and they were easy to listen to. Like Loyalty is easy to listen. Those are good records. Crazy he didn't do any of those records at the freaking Super Bowl. But anyway, so Future, Young Thug, Drake's family tree is crazy. All these other producers, boy, I'm trying to think what other rappers, but the people, Playboy Cardi, it's mad different people. Not G Herbo, Lil Reese, all them like Chicago niggas and stuff like that. Niggas from the UK, all these different people, the reggae artists, the Afrobeats artists and stuff like that. All these different genres, all this ground he covered, and it's all important. But because he was able to, because not only that, Drake was the only nigga that was the absolute rookie that didn't need the people who put him on and get him hot. Drake came in the game getting Young Money hot. Because Drake being on those records made those records what they was. Because even from them, Drake had a high level of talent. But it being as though he came in on a high level, people always been critical of Drake. People always been very unappreciative of Drake because they were trying to fight where music was going. He was pushing music to the next level, which was more basically establishing a new standard for what a great record is. You know what I'm saying? Like the beat switch ups and stuff like that. The melodies and the melodic rapping and the singing and stuff like that. I'm like, that wasn't going to go nowhere. That was the progression of hip hop anyway. That's just where it's going. The only thing you can do is just pretty much, listen, just try your best to, maintain the integrity of the art form. Right. But in hindsight, now I understand that was hate because he was innovating and doing something that was creative. But and again, he pushed hip hop into an even more palatable space. You know what I'm saying? To where you don't really hear terrible beats anymore like that. You don't hear terrible sounding songs no more because of niggas like Drake, T-Pain, and Future. Because it's their songwriting styles and their delivery styles, and maybe in a little bit Thug too. Their delivery style and their essence and how they go about making the song influence everyone. You know what I'm saying? And it gave, again, like people like Future, like gave you an understanding of, this is how to make it sound more effortless and more natural. You know what I'm saying? Because again, the more natural the thoughts sound, the better the lyrics are. You know what I mean? He may call that simple, but either way, we getting the job done, right? And the reason why, again, it's important because, in comparison to Kendrick, right? So people keep making this argument about him being on that Playboy Cardi album and how it didn't help the album, and those songs are not charting and they're not going viral, and people don't like those records, and the content of those records are contradictory from the angle you was using to try to win this battle with Drake, which was, I am the most righteous dude. I don't know what they even call this shit, but it's basically like, I'm perfect. And you are this flawed human being that even though you are successful, so what? That's what niggas do. Niggas will be like, yeah, I know you got all these good things going for you, but so what? And you're supposed to have a deal with that. You know what I mean? Like, how do you combat that? And I realized too at this point, when it comes to things that are important to me, if you disagree with me, you can disagree with me. You know what I'm saying? But I realize, the dynamics have to stay in place. If you demand certain conversations, you can't have, because when you have the conversation, you're bringing validation to their point, right? And then you get stuck arguing someone's opinion. Understand when someone trying to come at you, or just someone trying to take a shot at you and try to get a rise out of you. A lot of things I'm not debating no more. That's where you got to be in your life. You understand? So I think what Drake has experienced in his time is something I had to understand too. Now, is that your perspective on friendships, your perspective on relationships, and stuff like that. And I think a lot of us, especially Black folks, are realizing like how how the Black community thinks, and this like how gullible we are, because a lot of people's opinions on that battle was based off of you want to see the guy on top fall. You want to see the winner lose. You know what I'm saying? Because that makes you feel better. It's one thing if you have a legitimate argument and whatnot, but like I'm gonna stand on what I've been saying. Not like us. I mean, what it's like what Kanye said. It was cringy. Not like us. It was just unbelievable. And shit was insane. It was like the most obvious. They were trying to lynch this man, and y'all just bought into that. You bought into it because for one, non-Black people just took their cues from Black people and said, all right, well, this is how Black folks feel about it. This is a Black thing going on here. So if they hear people who look Black talking about it and they making these points about, you know what I mean? And it started this whole thing of justifying hating good music. And again, niggas will go really far to make a point. Will go really far to hate on you, because a part of what makes niggas is the fact that they hate being wrong and they hate change. One of the best stories I ever seen was I believe it was I forgot who moved my cheese or something like that, right? And the story was about, in so many words, it's about being able to adapt to change. It's about these several pairs of mice who live in this maze, and they go to this room every day, and there's cheese there, and they eat the cheese. And one day they come and start realizing that the cheese is starting to dwindle down, and it's not coming back, right? And other teams eventually leave and say, we got to leave here and go find some more cheese. And you had one pair that they didn't really take off immediately, because one of them, because there's two of them, so one of them was like, well, hey, you're being really negative. Like you need to understand, hey, the cheese may come back. Like, why do you want to leave? And it's like, bro, we got to go because there's no cheese here. We're going to starve to death, right? And eventually, the other guy just said, listen, I got to go. I'm not going to starve here. So, and he left them, right? And eventually, the one that stayed behind, he left the room. When he left the room, he saw that his partner left all these signs to get to where he is, right? And then he found the rest of the mice, and they found more cheese. So the moral of the story was that, moving forward, the plan and strategy was to keep your sneakers on, because they all started off wearing sneakers in the beginning of the story, and they found the cheese, and they stayed where the cheese was at, and they formed a life there. Then when it left, everything changed, right? So moving forward, they said we're going to just keep our sneakers on. And basically, it's about being able to adapt to situations that happen and being able to adapt to change. Most importantly, to change, because things change. The fight against Drake was always fighting things changing and the progression of things. Nothing can stay the same forever. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to stop it right there. I think that's good enough. Love y'all. I appreciate y'all. We out of here. Peace. Like and subscribe, man.